Oi. This is the present energy field, attempting to connect my toroidal field to yours. There's so many disharmonious energies. My toroidal field feels under attack by the electromagnetic frequencies that have been permitting from all things. I have documented a few things, and it's quite concerning. My sensitivity Are you able to recognize the low electromagnetic frequency people? People who are fearful and talk bad about each other and are distant and cold and like knives and weapons and are attached to things like destruction. Some people are just committed to the path of destruction, and they care not who their forefathers are. It goes so much deeper than that too, so don't allow my narrative to confuse you with who you are. I am. I am. Are you aware of I am? Some people doesn't know what it means to be human. So they choose to be nearly reptilian and like cold hard steel and disconnected. They don't even mother themselves. They have destroyed the illumination of the motherly figure. There has been polluted thoughts and segregated conditioning upon mass media. If you pay attention to the language of the emotion, the energy in motion exposed through the programming that has been paid and exposed for the cost that has been paid for it to be shown all over the globe. With all of these social media sites, you can see how many people are following this or that. Consciousness is very important. But there are so many who just choose and do not want to be conscious. Or emotional. Man, I'm like, no wonder why. I'm starting to see some things in my city a lot more clearly, And I feel guilty at times for having these shadow thoughts, but then sometimes I say thank you to the Lord in heaven for planting this seed of thought in my own head so I can feel and know the truth and the different side of the spectrums. There are so many who are just sick. They're sick in the head because they can't think. They don't know how to be. They literally can't sit still or focus, meditate, be aware, conscious, loving, kind to themselves. They don't realize that everyone is them, and that every time they treat someone, they're treating themselves that way, because people can only reflect to treat you how you treat them. So if you condition someone to beat you up and give you a hard time because you always beat them up and give them a hard time, so they don't know who they are and they always have to stand up for themselves, where do you think these psychological imprints and emotional spectrums come from? It's a generative process, almost like a process of elimination. I'm getting visions. If you'd like to know, I'd share. If you don't want to know, I don't care. So I'm a remote viewing individual. And yeah, when I connect to ley lines, I access different genetic memory from each breath. And yeah, I listen. I'm an amazing listener. Because I listen with my feelings, with the God source energy in me, as my Liahona, my compass that lets me know that everything's okay or something's really wrong here. So my body is my temple, so I must behave in ways that make me say, hey, I love me, I love you, I am. I see exactly where we're going. I'm so excited to be filming and sharing with you my business. As I've stated to many of you before, I work for God. I know that looks can be deceiving, and I do see, of course, my own personal sufferings and where I learned better to be fearful of I am. Okay? Some call it God. Some call it Christ. Some call it Krishna. Some call it Allah. Some call it Jehovah. Some call it Jah. Some call it Ra. Some call it sun. Some call it light. Some call it information. Some call it truth. Some call it love. Some call it honor. Some call it seva, service, sadhana, Shiva, Shakti, breath, chi, life, om, am. I'm stuck at a light. A red light. I like the red lights. Oh, Ra. Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari. Hari Rama, Hari, Hari. Hare Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari. Man, Chants of Devotion just like owned my heart and soul. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Rama, 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 Ra and Ma, Ma, Ra, 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 Ma, Ra, Ma, There's so many mother issues going on right now. I'm helping so many with identity crisis as they access their toroidal fields in a whole new spectrum. And it's painful for me to be sharing with you these evidence, these truths. And yeah, I always have to stop to listen. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm a light worker, so I speed up as my DNA uncoils from the darkness of being without the photons in my eyes. And yes, I understand that they are conditioning the environment to go a certain spectrum, so we do not see, feel, or know or access these parts of the brain. We have been disconnected from certain parts that were gifts from God, and some people have them, which is why the dark workers, you could say, enjoy creating. They enjoy creating circumstances. Yeah, that's a symbolism, excuse me, like that just completely extracted my thought from me, right? Woo! I'm just like, I don't even care, just stay down there. It would help if there was people that were actually following along with my program, and that would like let me know, hey, you lost track at this spot, dude. Get back to that. I have questions. Ask me questions. And like, it'll make me think about things, and then I'll want to come live and like say things. And I've received messages, and I'm really good at seeing between the lines. Like, I know a lot of people lie, if not every people. Every people lie. Excuse me. I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I'm so nervous. Oh. I saw these toroidal fields. I'm cleaning up all these energies. I kind of want to run to the ocean. But I don't find these waters to be the most holy, to be frank with you. I've had a lot of experiences over here. There's a reason why the Great White is over here. Cold, mean, dark secrets. Okay. Duval Strait. Yeah. Excuse me. Pure. Yeah. God showing me signs everywhere. No. Oh, man. So sometimes you can see straight through the heads the programming and the things that have been done on purpose for generations, but nobody wants to pay attention to the frogs or the flies or the generations. Everybody just wants to pay attention to their thought. They think their thoughts and what their ego wants is so important. Their self-importance and the inner narrative, which is also called the ego, right? The ID, the identification, who you think you are. That's why I believe God is so important. You have to like understand the essence of the whole. You can't just look at yourself. It's complicated and it's miserating. I know, I'm in it with you. I've been trying to let you know. Should I let you go? You trying to go, guys? Are you trying to cross? All right. They waited for me to go, and then they did their thing. I'm definitely drawn to like people's energy, and I feed off of other people's energy all the time. I kind of like thrive on it, but other times like it's just so negative. I'm just gonna stay to myself. But like I come out here with the intention like, hey, maybe I could be like a good reflection. Maybe like if you look at me, maybe you can be like me, because like I feel like I've become a good person. Man, people are always like predatory. I don't appreciate the predatory energies. I'm being very well guided by my Liahona. I don't appreciate the negative things, those of you doing things behind backs, secrets, underground, things you keep to yourself, your guilty conscience, the inability to repent and to actually sincerely have a will to get better. You know what I mean? Like, you know you did something that makes you feel bad. Oh, don't hate me, 'cause I'm going ahead of you. Oh, man, I know exactly where we're going. Oh, I see other places I want to go, but I have to be wise with resources. My personal energy resources plus my finances. Some people will rob you blind of all your essence, all your energy, and just take from you their feeders, their vampires. What do you think all these movies are about? There's all these categories of alligators, and what do you think all these stories are? Are you paying attention to the different essences of nature? Do you care? Or are you so all about you, dude? Is it here? I think it's not there. It's here. Alright. No, I don't like pizza. I'm not your typical American. Pizza makes me feel sick. My digestive system is so important. And I haven't been eating appropriately. It's been making me feel like I'm not important. And like I stink. Like I'm fearful because I'm around like all these predators that just won't really love and care for me or themselves or the whole. They don't understand the process. So much aggression. Hide your face, hide your eyes, 'cause they're killing everybody out here. They're taking their minds and taking over their consciousness. And then what they're doing after that is they're taking away their free will by giving them ideas that makes them think it's their idea, but it's not their idea. But then they're reading their thoughts and being predators off of that because they can see the eye pressure in your eyes, especially with the blue light, especially with the blue light, especially with the blue light. Oh, my scuba tank is just boom, boom, boom. Man, I'm really bad at taking care of things. That's how I've learned. I'm supposed to go this way. You're good. You're good. I'm not going to kill you because I'm conscious. I see you. I see your whole soul. I'm not parking where I normally park. I gotta go to the bathroom for sure. I don't like using public restrooms. They do not appease me. Are you mad that you've been upside down? Are you a control freak? Sick. Bad people, bad dreams. People who are bad have bad astral travel and choose to disconnect from light. Choose dark, want bad. Even in the unseen, in the unconscious world, they're given the opportunity and the choice to repent and be clean and choose the light. There's a time where the sun and the moon, they hit perfectly and they kiss and they touch. It's like that. There's all these ancient stories about it, and nobody else is like really seeing it. And like, yeah, I'm always like concerned, like, am I gonna get in really big trouble? Do I have to mask? Like, what's going on? Like, am I allowed to? Is this allowed? You gonna hate me? I like having a clean nose, my bronchioles, and like, yeah, I'm learning to love my kidneys and my body. I'm going to the natural market. I'm looking for some of the best frequency foods. I just need a little bit of food right now because I am leaving. Right? I'm in this ultimate surrender. Oh my God, my girl. God is like so clearly with me. I need to like text her back immediately. God, I love her. Her name starts with an E. She's so high energy. She's so beautiful energy. I'm feeling all these things. Now I'm starting to think other things. Flip side. Coming in quick. Oh God. Alright. I wonder if some of you are actually staying on top of my Twitter or my Facebook fan page and the articles and all the information I've been sharing very openly. There's a lot of negative imprints that are going on, man. And I'm not saying that anyone's bad. You just need to know what's working through you, using your body as a host to process this genetic memory that just seems to keep expressing itself because somebody told you it's okay. That's the sad, messed up part about it, you know? Kind of like my makeup addiction. And I need to feel like I have to put my hair down in order for people to like me and to see and like me and love me. Prayers to the guardian angels and all the things. Leave me be to my personal process. I understand. I am. Thank you so much for all the generous donations. You have been my backbone, my ultimate support. You have shown me with your actions, your devotion to me, living, being financially successful and emotionally stable, with financial success, generating a solid foundation in a material world that one must learn how to be safe, loving, kind, generous, yet not get your toes broke, right? Or any hatred, disrespect, covenant of the neighbor, right? The hating of one another, the jealousy, the not understanding the process of earning your place in this world. Being able to see your part in the whole, how there's only one you. Uncle Frank comes to mind. What's the wonderful thing about Tigger? That he's the only one. You're the only one. You are somebody. Isn't that who you always wanted to be? Shout out to Rainbow Family and the Hopi Indian Prophecy. Those women who don't give up. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on peace. I see you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you all. Boys and girls, animals, trees. I do not wish to kill any of thee. I love all of thee. It is not my intention to see and watch and be a part of anything being destructed. So I don't really want to see you cutting trees. I don't want to see you eating bad. I don't want to see you not being financially supportive of your friends and your family. I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to see you taking advantage of others and using others for their power, for their presence, for their place. There must be no bad intentions, otherwise that reflection will shine back upon you. I will admit there have been times where the Matrix has owned me, where I was like literally so financially concerned and I let my stuff own me. And that's all I had. I didn't have friends, right? I had video games, or I had some kind of toy to disconnect from everybody and feel like I was okay. Until I got in touch with my own personal self and really found a way to be with me and not need the tools that I thought I needed to connect with God or my angels or myself. Understand? So even though people have robbed from me very sentimental pieces that mean so much to me and that have taken advantage of my kindness and saw it as a weakness, I'm still learning. And unfortunately, that is their free will. God did not make them a slave. They are a people. They are a free person. They have free will. But yes, AI exists, programming the people to feel, see, think, and go certain places within their minds. There's so many things that are determining those things, what they see outside in the everyday world. Some things are even predetermined, it seems, as if quantum mechanics is real and there's doing time looping and quantum jumping. And I keep wanting to say the word restitution, but what does that mean? I don't know what restitution is. If you want to pay me back in a way that if you're someone who can't financially afford to support me, please teach me what restitution is. I don't know why that word is coming to mind. I don't really know what that means. I'm clairaudient a little bit sometimes, and I hear things that just make me think, is this God, or is there a V2K, or what does that mean? Am I accessing the divine consciousness because of all the satellites, since they have created a flower grid of life outside our universe, no matter what shape you want to commit to that it is, okay? It has nothing to do with your perception. Maybe please yourself leave the earth and then tell me how you feel about the experience. God, if you believe in all the things you see on TV, you're just going to be brainwashed in thinking that all these videos are real all the time. Like, they've been geoengineering things since, like, some of you actually know to the precise date of what that is. But please, let me stop holding my urine. I can't bring you in there. There's going to be music. There's going to be all this cultural influence. And yeah, I got to, like, go in there and be myself. You know what I mean? And it's time to end, like, my attachment to death, suffering, and personal addiction to trauma victims and children. Like, I'm going to have to just draw some clear boundaries with myself and my angels, I guess, or something like that, because there's a lot of things that I'm experiencing that are just like I'm having to sit and be with and really figure out what my place is and what my understanding is. But I've been spending time with a lot of kids, and it's just been really sad to see, like, the neglect and the unimportance recognition that you don't see in yourself of what your power to influence the child and what you're creating and being mindless with your mating energy, you know? Like, why would you incarnate a soul if you were in denial of yourself and all these things? Did you really think that this little thing would teach you, or did you recognize your place to teach it? Or what do you think is generating? Or are you just being mindless? Are you not paying attention to statistics and generations? Or are you even looking at yourself? I mean, I'm sorry. I just can't help but want to cry and break down and separate myself from the things that just make me feel so sad and miserable, from the disconnection from reality. And it's just really, really sad to me. All you can do is take care of you the best you can. You can't keep trying to put yourself in other people's hands, because there are so many people that'll pretend like they got you, and then they just, like, they rob or they drop you, you understand? They use you to step on top of you. As soon as something better comes along, they step on top of your face just so they can get to the next place, especially if the other person doesn't like you, and then, like, they realize they get on their team. There's a lot of dark energy. There's a lot of different things going on. And I feel like I'm in elementary school again. It just makes me just feel like, again, I need to disconnect from everyone, everything, and have at it. You understand? So it's unfortunate to have to come to these states. It really is. And I'm still dealing with additional toxic abuse. There are, like, some fans who have, like, crossed the boundary, you know, like there are some things that I had done that were acting and role playing, and I had certain types of relationships with people who were interested in experiencing, like, different habitats of emotion, you know? Like, some people really are focused on, like, man, I need someone to call me out on my stuff, or man, I really want you to call me out on how I really like this, or how I can't stop doing this, or I want you to encourage me to do this bad thing that I really shouldn't be doing. You know, and there's some things that are just against my moral code that I, like, you know, I'm the kind of encourager that pushes you to do good, but I would love to call you out on your bad, and if you would like me to commission me to push you to do bad, there are times where I have, yes, pretended to be someone I'm not, especially if the price was right. And there's a lot of times that I even beat my own character up, where I'm like, dang, that really messed with my psychology, and now that probably messed with that person's psychology, because I actually gave them permission to have that experience, but I never really questioned, why did they want to have that experience? Why were they so attached to recreating these traumatic incidences for other people for generations, instead of breaking the pattern with themselves and seeing their ability to be someone else than what they've seen? It's just kind of confusing for me. So, like, I've been working on my own personal boundaries and generating income as I feel is, like, appropriate, and there have been many signs, I guess you could say, from the universe or God, that I've just been forced into certain corners. And it's really kind of sad. Like, I was also angling at that there's this person who was pretending like she was homosexual with me, and she was courting me like a man, like in a way that like this girl treated me better than any guy. You know, she bought me flowers and like sent me, like, she found out all my little things, you know, because I used to make poetry about like what I really wanted in a partner on private websites and stuff. And so she gained access to that stuff. So she had courted me in a way that like, oh, like, but then it's like she worked me, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually she taught me from the bottom is what we call it in the professional industry, okay? And I've had that happen to me like twice. And like, I'm able to notice more and more as I enter the industry or whatever doing these things. And there's not like a lot of people that are like breaking kayfabe and talking about these things in the industry. But like, I'll be very honest with you, you know what I'm saying? And like, this is all like fascinating psychology. I studied a lot of psychology. I'm very fascinated by mankind. I'm very fascinated by listening to things, but I admit that like I'm also conditioned and programmed in a way that like I need to keep going and I hold things back and I just don't know my own personal lines, you know? And I'm experiencing where just these girls are like super betraying me. Like, it's happened to me repetitively, to be honest, like, because I never grew up with like a sister, or like, I guess I don't really remember my brother being there, you know what I mean? Like, I was just a little kid and all I don't remember any times of living with my brother. Like, I remember hearing stories, but I literally am blacking all that out. So I think maybe I'm just like trying to like find my God family and find the right crew. But what's happening is people are like black magic working things over on me and just getting me right where they know it's going to hurt me just because they can and they want to, and it makes them feel powerful to step on me. And just, and sometimes there's like nothing you can do about it. So you kind of have to just put up your own energy, put your faith in the universe, and also release your attachment to the things that you notice that are owning you, you know, that are turning you into a carnal man, a beast, that make you want to give back to them what they're doing to you, you know? Like, thank God for, like, being real and listening to me, because there's been all these coinkydinks, and I made a prayer and an intention to actually get to know Jesus because my middle name is Christine. And just a few days later, there was a knock at the door that just kind of like took me away to another world. And it was just really fascinating to work with these people who have come to have a sense of knowing and understanding that have just brought so much joy into my life. And there's been multiple spiritual places, some would define it as that, like the Amrit Institute, Discovery Yoga, sphereheals.com, yoursoulrecovery.com, akashicrystalhealing.com, karenneverland.com. I have so many people that I've privately worked with, and Max, I'm thinking of you right now. Man, I wish that we could connect. I know, like, I don't even know, Instagram Live maybe, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm remembering because we're connecting the dots backwards again on the ley lines. I know I've been out of touch with a lot of you, you know, I'm sorry, it's not so much about the money as much as like, man, I don't have enough time, to be completely blunt with you. I'm breaking out, these bugs keep biting me, I keep dealing with all these things and expressions, and I have to just keep my lymphatic system under control. And yeah, if there's any herbalists and that would like to give me some useful information, I need to go connect with some people, but I'm going to have to open up about my personal problems and write them down just like I'm doing with you, right? What's the difference, right? I have nothing to hide, right? We're all going to die and we're all human. So what's the big thing, you know? It's just the fact that the world is just filled with so many evil and demented and attached people, and they just can't seem to get things straight. They're not really listening to what you're saying. They don't play you on replay. They're so lost inside themselves and their inner narrative and their ego, their feelings, their toroidal field. But I'm here to help heal those toroidal fields. But I've definitely been accessing some clients that I'm just like, I can't help you anymore. You are beyond my healing. Here is this person. Please get off my back. Please, you are attacking me. Please, you don't really love me. Please stop. You are possessed by demons. Something's not right. Please, please, God bless you, Jesus Christ. Please, amen. Please, please, please. Shoo, 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 shoo. Feel me? So it's not easy, especially when people are just out to get you. And like sometimes like it can be a group of people, like, right? Like weaponized societies, things like that. I'm here to serve the whole, not just one totalitarian agenda. I'm not sure how I feel about Agenda 21. Maybe someone wants to get me the book so I can read it and highlight it and we'll go over it together. Like, what would you like me to do? I need to use the restroom. I'm really good at holding it. I need to book some appointments. If you would be interested in funding me, now's the time. Use this time to separate yourself. I'll hold my breath. Right, what's the bother? No one's gonna do... Right? I'm like, if you're listening, send $222 or $226. Represent the birth of Trina Christine Mason. That she is evolving into her Saturn's return, and we will be going soon closer towards more and more darkness, where she must face and be the light. Also known as Toxic Bottle Wrestling for Juggernaut Championship Wrestling! Bring her sunflowers and roses, make her face turn bright red. Can you do it? Can you hear it? Oh, I have so many studies and things to share with thee, if you care to hear of me. I know, I just want to sing and share my love and just be like a really good guy, girl, whatever you want to narrate me as. I am me. I don't care what you think I seem like, 'cause I am me, mama, that is he. Yeah. So let me get out of this hot thing into this crazy world. I gotta do what I gotta do, even though it's an illusion. I'm gonna bring this bag. We'll bring this big fat bag so we can put the groceries in there. I got a bra. I got a coupon. Looks like to Michael's. Yeah, I like to get crafty, so if you like me, keep that in mind. So, I love you. I gotta go. Bye. Try Bhagwan. Namaste.